Hello, my name is William Cameron Calvert, and today I'm going to be giving a presentation on my mentoring experience during the course of this class and how that has helped me to be a better mentor to the young man who I'm currently mentoring in my church. So, this young man in my church, his name is Alex. He has a Catholic background. He's been coming to church for about, I'd say, a year and a half now. One of the young men in our church is a friend of his, a neighbor actually, and they went to school together. And he invited him to church. And I remember one of the very first times I saw him, it was almost just like he was drawn to me. I guess it was very like it was a click type moment. I knew it was that, and I knew from that moment that God had asked me to mentor this young man, disciple him, and help him to grow in the faith and grow in understanding of what it means to be a Christian and what it means to be a disciple. So it's been I had learned a lot already previously before this class, mainly because he was one of the very first people I had the chance to mentor who really had no understanding of anything within, no understanding of anything really about the Bible, anything about oneness, apostolic doctrine, anything of that sort. Had no understanding of water baptism, the Holy Ghost, none of it. And previously, before that, it was always the young men who I would try to mentor would always be young men who had grown up in church, but they either weren't fitting in the best or they kind of slid to the side. And so with those young men, I'd kind of, always try to come in and pick them up and help them to develop a relationship with God and get more plugged into church. And the reason why I always felt to do that is because I kind of felt like that's what I needed when I was that age of. Usually I do a lot of stuff with the youth in my church. I'm on the youth staff in my church, so a lot of like the 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old boys, a lot of them, that's always an age where they kind of are almost too cool for church. That's kind of that age where you get that high school influence, a negative influence, unfortunately. And it kind of, you get that questioning of, is there even really a God, and the whole 9 yards of that. But anyway, so that was really what I was used to. But once I met Alex, I realized that I had to do a little bit more than just lead by example, which I think is something we've learned a lot in this class about. And I think that was something that I had down pretty pat. I knew I'd always had this sense that the young men in the church, young men in the youth group, were looking up to me. But anyway, something that I've had to really learn in this season of my life, in this season of learning to be a mentor, is it's kind of like taking the next step of something that I'm not necessarily the most comfortable with doing. And as I've mentioned a few times in our discussion posts, or maybe not discussion posts, but a few of the reading logs, I kind of talked a little bit about my mentee Alex's situation and how his dad currently is on hospice. He is had cancer for a while, but it really got just really bad here probably within the last 2 months. It's gotten a lot worse, and it kind of happened really fast. And I know it's been hard on Alex. And this is kind of something I don't really have a lot of experience in. I've never really had any close family members to me die yet. My grandpa, all my grandparents are still alive except one who died before I was even born, so I didn't really have any. I've never had any experience with coping, death, and such. So in this season, this class has really helped me learn how to take the next step in being a mentor and being a discipler and being a leader in someone else's life, even when it's something that you have no experience in, something that you've never done before. Because anytime you're in leadership, anytime you're a discipler or a mentor to someone, there's always going to be someone who has a question or a situation that you have never encountered and you don't have any experience in. And that's when you have to rely on God to guide you, give you those words to say, give you wisdom in moments of, when questions are being asked, when situations are trying to be figured out with this individual. And it's good to know that it's good to know that as a mentor, you're not doing this all alone. You also have the help of the Lord on your side. So that's pretty much the basis or the end of my presentation. Like I said, this class has helped me learn a lot. It's helped me grow a lot as a mentor and a leader for those who I'm discipling and those who are simply God has put in my path for the moment, if it's long-term, short-term, or whatever, to help those people grow to know Jesus Christ more. So, thank you.